And even like another big show I mentioned even earlier in the episode about Ren and Stimpy, which to me was always like a controversial show, but in a good way. Like I found it broke boundaries. It was a really unique show. And but I want to know, like, were there ever moments during production where you felt that the show pushed boundaries, and like how did you ever navigate those challenges?
I I was originally here's the story. I originally auditioned for both characters, and they sent me a tape so I could base some stuff on that, and it's like it was little clips of Peter Lorre and little clips of that actor Burl Ives and that Kirk Douglas, and you know like swatches of it, and they wanted Chris Falusi wanted me to incorporate these things into the character, and um, so I remember auditioning for it, and I didn't get anything for real. I just thought, well, I'll just keep you know auditioning if that's what they want, and but then me and John Kay went to Nickelodeon, went to MTV offices. We went up there, and he didn't have a tape to play for the ladies at Nickelodeon that were going to decide whether they're going to put the show on or buy it or whatever. And so we were in a closet, literally. This was right out of the movies. There was a mop, and the handle of it was sticking up, and we had to fix a mic to it, and I had a tape recorder, and I had some scriptage, and I'm going through it, and I'm reading both voices, and he went in there for about half an hour, 40 minutes or so, and he came out and he said, "Congratulations, what you did just sold the show." And I said, "Well, that's great." And then he decided he wanted to do the Ren voice. I think he had planned to do it all along, but he somehow forgot that um, that he was using my audition tapes. But it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. It's like the show went on, and
Yeah.
I thought the characters were really, really resonant. I thought it was special. I didn't even know what they were when I first looked at them. I said, "What are they, microbes or mosquitoes? Well, I don't even know." And and it turned out to be a an asthma hound Chihuahua, all wound up, wound tight, easy to anger, you know,
Yeah.
uh, narcissistic. There's all kinds of stuff going on there, and Stimpy was kind of simple, and the voice I used for him was the Three Stooges were my heroes. I stopped going to church when I discovered the Three Stooges. They were my saints,
Yeah,
and
literally.
so
So funny.
so Larry from the Three Stooges, the little that he did, I found riveting, fascinating. He would just say stuff like, "Hey Mo, there's too much sensible in the tree." And people would hear that voice and they would know it, but where the f does that come from? And it was from the Stooges. And I throw the Three Stooges into everything I do. Even Zoidberg goes,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's from the Three Stooges. That's from 1930s.
I didn't realize
And
that.
people
I didn't
go,
realize that.
"Oh, sure, sure. Watch old Three Stooges with Curly when he runs away." He's like, and I mean, everything, like you said, comes from something, and it depends on how you configure it, or
Ab-
how you fuse different elements together and come up with something that sounds original, which is hard to do. It's hard to do, to not sound derivative, um, but you put your heart and soul into something, and you try to give it life. You try to make it more than two-dimensional cartoon. You wanted it to pop.